What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Celio's Network for round 6 of the Sunday Open that I played in on May 10th, 2020. I'm piloting Dragapult VMAX Malamar. If you haven't seen the other rounds, there is a playlist. The link is in the description down below for all of the rounds. And if there's not a deck profile on there now, it should be. The videos are all kind of uploading at the same time. So when you see this, the future videos might be coming in a few hours or so, but there are lots of gameplay to watch in preparation for the Rebel Clash metagame. So I thought this was a great opportunity to show off a bunch of different Dragapult VMAX matchups and Dragapult VMAX gameplay for those of you who wanted to see it. Like I said, this is round 6. I am 4-1 going into this round. Before we watch the gameplay and I commentate over it, shout out to PotownStore.com, my sponsor and the best place for you to get ptcgo codes online. Use code Celio for 5% off. And also quick mention of my Patreon, patreon.com/Celios Network, where you can support my content and get some great benefits like premium articles and deck advice and meta discussion with me. So without further ado, let's watch round 6 here. I am piloting Dragapult VMAX Malamar versus ADP Zacian in this round. So my opponent is going first, and I have a pretty reasonable start. We got Dragapult, we got Energy, we got a supporter, Quick Ball. Things are looking good here. So here we go. Opponent flips over Jirachi, benches Zacian, and we see a Stellar Wish. Really no reason to bench the Zacian before the Stellar Wish, but doesn't affect anything. And Cherish Ball here for an ADP probably. And there it is. Maybe if they had a really poor hand, they would get the Dene there, but usually you'll see an ADP. And here's an Energy Spinner as well. Getting a Water Energy. That's usually fine versus Dragapult, but if more Crushing Hammer variants of Dragapult show up, then maybe you would want to attach a Metal to ADP turn 1, just so you don't lose one of your only 2 Water Energy, as most ADP Zacian lists only play 2 Water Energy. Now, here we go. Horror Energy down to Dragapult V. I play the Viridian Forest so we can thin out the deck a little bit. And also get some Psychic Energy into the discard pile since we are slightly a Malamar variant. And Quick Ball away, the Psychic Energy we got for either an Inkay or a Jirachi. We do have board in our hand. I have a Research, and we aren't in a rush to do anything really. We've already got our energy on the Dragapult, so there's not much more to do. I think getting an Inkay is just fine here. So Inkay down and a Skateboard to the active. And here we go, Professor's Research for a nice looking hand, supporter for next turn, energy for next turn. We don't have a Mysterious Treasure or a Dragapult VMAX for next turn, but we do have a supporter, so really can't complain. It's looking fine. And just a pass here. So my opponent should by all means get the turn 2 Altered Creation. And we will have a game on our hands. From there, it's just, do I get my Dragapult VMAX? So this list is playing 3 Dragapult V, 3 Dragapult VMAX. So a bit of a thinner line than some lists are playing, but I think it works just fine. The search this deck has for Quick Ball for Mysterious Treasure is very good. Because of its typing, you have the extra consistency of Mysterious Treasure, and I think you can get away with just the 3-3 line of Dragapult VMAX when you're playing the Malamar version. I tend to like 4-3 in the non-Malamar versions. So we'll see a Marnie from our opponent here. That could definitely mess us up. Let's see what happens. We get actually a better hand than prior to the Marnie, so I'll take this. Wow, we have got everything here from our opponent. We got the VMAX, we got the Bomb, we got the Marnie, and I have Viridian Forest that's stuck in play, so we can just search out an energy. Yeah, this is great. This is exactly what you want to see turn 2 against ADPZ that have already Altered Creation. The Giant Bomb is huge. I'm going to go ahead and Marnie here. And we actually get a second horror energy, so swinging into this Dragapult VMAX with 180 or more damage would deal 140 damage to my opponent. Viridian for a Psychic just to thin out the deck a bit. And Max Phantom here. This is really just looking great. Now, I'm going to put all 5 on the Jirachi, but if they're playing the Scoop Up Net version, then potentially 5 on the Zacian would have been better. We'll have to see how that goes. Okay, so they have an energy down to the ADP active, Metal Saucer to the benched Zacian. Looks like they're revving up for a supporter here, potentially. Or they might just swing with Ultimate Ray. We'll have to see what happens. Ultimate Ray would put 140 damage on them, putting them at 10 HP left. That would be a doozy. Okay, so they got Boss's Orders for their supporter for turn. Bringing up the Inkay, and then the Dene. Okay, so drawing more cards. Maybe they can get a Zamazenta down here. That would be nice to accelerate energy onto with Ultimate Ray. So they're getting around the Giant Bomb here for this turn. That's very good. No other Pokemon coming down, though, to accelerate energy, too. So I definitely would have liked to see that for my opponent. But if they don't have Search in their hand, there's really not much they could do about it. So that's just luck of the draw there. They did not get another basic Pokemon to accelerate to. And we'll probably be swinging into this ADP again. Unless I get a Boss's Order. Actually, no. If I got a Boss's Order, it wouldn't matter because I would need to switch and Boss's Order. So I might attach energy to Jirachi here, actually, and then research. So if I don't have a switching out, I can just retreat. There's nothing else to put energy on. My Inkay has gotten knocked out, unfortunately. Here's Stellar Wish, since I do have Switch in hand. And I would like to get down another Dragapult V. So there I was definitely looking for Quick Ball or Treasure to get another Dragapult V down. And I could, put down another Jirachi, Switch, and Scoop Up Net, but it's not worth it, I don't think, to use all those resources to maybe get another Dragapult V down that I might not even end up using. So here we're going to swing into the ADP and just take that knockout on the Jirachi, perfectly setting up a game on this Dedenne. So we're taking 1 prize, and there's 5 easy prizes on the board now. Unless, of course, they can use Malolana this next turn. I'm not sure if they're playing Malolana, so you really have to play with the information you have. You can't be worried about anything like a Malolana, and I didn't really have an opportunity to play around Malolana anyway. This list is not playing Fion, and I did not have a Gust effect of any sort, which would be Boss's Order in this list. So, yeah, I couldn't play around a Malolana even if I wanted to. They do have the Zamazenta now. I have Boss's Order in my hand, so that's game next turn if they don't do anything else here. If they don't Marnie me, if they Marnie me or Reset Stamp me, then that could be a different story. Like I said, Malolana could actually be huge here. But it's not going to be. They're just going to swing into the double horror energy. They're knocked out by the double horror energy on the ADP here. They're building up Zacian, but I win this turn. So all I have to do is Gust, and we'll win. So we take our 3 from the horror energy knockout there on the ADP. And I think they should have retreated into Zacian and attacked with Zacian, but I still would have won with the Gust and then swing on to the ADP. So The 5 damage counters on the bench doesn't matter where I put it, and that's GG versus ADP Zacian. So not a perfect game from my opponent. Not really saying misplay wise. I obviously can't see their hand, but I didn't see any lines of play that were completely incorrect, except at the end there. I think he should have, or they should have, swung into the Dragapult VMAX with Zacian. I think they should have retreated and swung in with Zacian. But other than that, it would have been nice if they were able to get a Zamazenta V down earlier. If they had Malalana in their deck, that could have been huge. That could have really been game changing. But yeah, GG going into the next round as 5-1 now, I want to say. That was round 6. So yeah, 5-1. Winning that game versus ADPZ in the Sunday Open. Make sure you check out the playlist for the rest of the rounds with commentary over them, and eventually I'll have a deck profile in that playlist as well for this deck. Be sure to check out potownstore.com and get your codes there. Use code Celio for 5% off. And subscribe to this channel if you'd like to see more content like this in the future. I'll see you next time here on Celio's Network.